Chapters and chat, where stories live, and conversations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9. 96.9 FM. Oh, on FM.
All right, if you're just tuning in, this is Chapters and Chats on Oxygen FM 96.9. Let's get straight into the book. I mean, we need to know the title of the book we're going to be talking about today. The title of the book we would review today is Silent Night. Silent Night. I mean, the book was written by Stephen Adedoyin and published by the Accessible Publishing, formerly known as the Rashmed Publication Limited. The book was published in 2018. That's a pretty long time. Not really, really long for some of us, but yes, it's actually still long. First, we need to know the author. I mean, behind every great book, there's someone, and that is the author. So we need to know who is Stephen Adedoyin. All right, Stephen Adedoyin is a teacher, novelist, a short story writer with a flair for crafting compelling prose. And yes, he crafted something with this. He did. His debut novel, Silent Night, is a detective masterpiece filled with insight and suspense. He followed it up with Olushola and Other Stories, a powerful collection addressing contemporary issues. I mean, I'm not going to lie, Silent Night is given. It's those kind of books that, yes, you know, the author put their all into it. All right, let's know more about the author. He trained as a biochemist with degrees from Ahmadu Bello University and the University of Ilorin. His literary talent is a proud member of the Association of Nigerian Authors Kwara State chapter. Yeah, the author be given. And the fact that he didn't even study anything relating to literacy or stuff like that, he studied biochemistry, and yeah, I actually love that. All right, guys, let's get into today's book spotlight. And trust me, this one is giving mystery, is giving suspense, is giving drama and serious plot twist. I'm talking about Silent Night by Stephen Adedoyin. Now, the genre of the book was lovely. This book falls under mystery, thriller, crime, and drama. It combines traditional leadership struggle with murder investigation and emotional tension, making the story intense from beginning to end. There's this truth that you just want to know what is happening. It's those kind of books that you just want to flip the page to the end and just find out what is happening, because you want to know what happened. Who is this person? You just want to know. The first thing that catches your attention when reading Silent Night is the atmosphere. From the opening chapters, there is already that feeling that something is going wrong. I mean, let me just give you what happened. Like the opening chapter. I'm going to read the opening chapter for you later in the program. The tension is heavy, the secrets are deep, and every character feels like they might be hiding something. I mean, there's a lot of secrets in this book. There's these characters, you just discover that, oh, this is what, and you are linking it to the case that is happening, that what is happening, what is going on. It immediately pulls you up in and makes you curious about what will happen. But before we go, I just want to read the first chapter for you, because I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, the first one, it is captivating. It is. There is a king. His name is Akita. After spending 30 years on the throne as the king of Rama, he was struck by a severe sickness. I mean, he was flanked by his two wives, Nancy and Rolisa, who were there to give him. So, his wife, he has 5 children, 2 from Rolisa and 3 from Nancy. And yes, Akita is on his deathbed. And is about to go. And yeah, he gathers his his daughter, who is taking care of him, his daughter from Relisa, Martha is asking him, she's taking care of him, she cuddles his hand, she's looking at her father, she prays for him. She says, Father, I pray you survive this, you are so dear to us. And the king is like, I will by the power of my ancestors, I will. But he does not know that his ancestors has other plans for him. Martha covers her father's leg with a white cloth, Odin, and left the room, shutting the door behind her. But the king could not sleep well. He was just tossing and tossing round and round and round the bed. Well, the next morning, when Martha returned to the room to check on her father, she discovered that her father is dead. Tragic, I know. But yes, that is where the drama starts from, after the king's death. And yes, honestly, this book is actually a vibe. It's giving Silent Nights filled with a lot of secrets, because there are a lot of secret happening in this book. Now, what makes this book stand out is beyond the suspense and the mother case. It also talks about power, loyalty, fight for the throne, courage, sacrifice, and struggle to protect the people you love. Now let's get into the book. Let's start with the main character. The character, Farina. She brings intelligence, bravery into the story, showing that courage is not always about physical strength, but about standing for truth even where fear is everywhere. Now, the book also matters because it reflects real life issues in society. It reflects corruption. It reflects leadership battles. It reflects fears. It reflects the search for justice. At the same time, it promotes Nigerian storytelling and culture in a very engaging and modern way. But inside all of this chaos, the book also asks a serious question. Now, the question is, what will you do if doing the right thing could put your family in danger? Will you actually do the right thing? What will you do if doing the right thing could put your family in danger? All right, let me just give you the plot and a summary of the book before we get into other conversations. In the kingdom of Rama, silence is never truly peace. Beneath the calm night, secrets are buried, and power is fought over in shadows. When a serial of mothers begin to shake the kingdom, fear spreads faster than truth. Everyone becomes a suspect, and trust slowly disappears. Farina, a young and intelligent girl, finds herself drawn into the mystery. What starts as curiosity soon becomes a dangerous mission for truth. But in Rama, seeking answer is not safe, because every truth uncovered comes with a price. As the story unfolds, we begin to see that the battle is not just about who committed the crime. It is also about who deserves power, because I said before that there is a fight for power. Now that the king is dead, everyone wants to be king. Now there's a fight for that power, that okay, who is going to be the next king? The throne becomes the center of conflict, pulling families, leaders, and citizens into the web of betrayal. What makes this even more intense is that Farina is not just solving the case, so she's slowly realizing that the danger is closer than she ever imagined. People she thought she could trust begin to show different faces, and every step forward reveals another layer of deception. Every step she takes, as they uncover the truth, as they uncover the case, there's just this layer of deception. But yes, I know I've not even started with the story. I've not even told you what the story is all about. I'm just putting you on the edge. But basically, what it's just about is, now there's a king in a kingdom. There's a king who rules the kingdom, and now the king is dead. Meanwhile, this king has 2 wives, and one of the wives has 3 children for him. The second one has 2 sons. The first one has two girls and one son, while the second one has just boys, two sons. And now the king is dead, and of course there's going to be this fight for power. Who is going to be the next king? We want to know. Everybody wants to know. And you know how they do it there. You can't just come and say this person is the chief that is going to choose who the next king is. So of course there's this fight that if you eliminate one person, the next person will be king. So there's a fight for power. All right, now let's get into the full prose of the stories, the full overview of the story. All right, let's get into it. Rama is a kingdom built in silence, but beneath that silence lies a storm of power, betrayal, and buried truth. At the center of the unfolding event is Farina, a brilliant schoolgirl who consistently tops her class. She's intelligent, beyond her age, observant, and naturally drawn to justice. What begins as curiosity soon becomes the reality when she is pulled into a dangerous investigation involving murder, royalty, and hidden political agenda. Our journey begins alongside Judge. Judge is a determined detective who is overwhelmed by the serial of unexplained murder shaking the kingdom. He is eager. He wants to know what is happening now. There's death upon death. Who is this person committing the murder? He wants to know. Realizing he cannot solve the case alone, he brings Farina, the intelligent girl, the school girl, into the investigation, not knowing that his decision will entangle her in a war for bigger that she's bigger than. He literally just implicated the poor girl. The girl was on her own, just the school girl. She was on her own, going to class, being the top of her school, being the top of her class. And then this detective, I beg your pardon, this detective just comes along and he just spots everything for her. He just comes along and he's not telling her that, okay, you have to join me on this case because you are very intelligent and I know that you can actually solve it. But anyway, the mystery deepening around the royal family. Now, this case is about the royal family. The murder, it happened at the royal palace, especially Rolisa. Rolisa is one of the wives of the late king, one of the king's wife. I mean, she's not only part of the palace, but a grieving mother whose son, Madia, was the likely heir of the throne after his father's death. So yes, I said before that this king has two wives, and each of these wives has children for him. One has two sons, the other one has two daughters and a son. So Rosaline is the one, Rolisa is the one with two daughters and a son. And now her son is likely going to be the king. But before he was crowned king, he was killed. Who killed him? We don't know. We don't know about that. But before this tragedy strike, Rolisa had already engaged the chief priest about the issue of succession because she wants her son to be king. They all do. Both mothers want one of their children to be king. So Rolisa now took it upon herself that, okay, she's going to meet with the chief priest about the issue of the succession. She went to meet him. She talked to him that can they put her own son there, because at the end of the day it's the chiefs that are going to decide who becomes the king. So she went to meet the chief priest and told him, she's trying to convince him that, okay, please put my son, let my son be the king. But that one did not answer her. He didn't answer her and she just let it go. Anyways, Madia's life ends when he's murdered at night. Now let's see. Now this is the plot twist. This novel, it has lot of plot twists. It has lot of plot twists. There is Madia. Madia's life his life is got cut short in his fiance's room. Satya is his fiance. And a shocking incident that turns personal relationship into evidence, because Satya herself is not only Madia's fiance, but also a tenant at Farina's father's Pa Anigo's house. So literally, the smart girl the detective wants to solve the case with, her father is Pa Anigo, and Satya is their tenant. So the prince, Madhya's life is cut short in Pa Anigo's house. That is Satya's room, literally his fiance. So of course there's a lot of people thinking that, okay, who killed him? Everybody wants to know. So now Satya's past relationship with Katya, who later becomes a prime suspect, further complications the emotion and investigative web. Now Katya was Satya's ex-boyfriend, literally. So Satya is there. Now there's a tree. The people that the detective judge is suspecting is Pa Anigo. It is Satya. It is Katya. Remember, Pa Anigo is the smart girl's father. The smart girl's father. That's who Pa Anigo is. Farina's father. That's who Pa Anigo is. And Satya is Madhya's fiance, or let me say was his fiance. And that Satya, she's living in Pa Anigo's house as a tenant. And then there is Katya. Now that Katya, Kata he was Satya's ex-boyfriend. Like, he used to date her. So now Farina, the daughter of Pa Anigo, was deeply worried about what's happened, because it's a murder case that happened in her father's house. So she wants to know, okay, who actually killed this person? I want to know. Then she believed the murder case should not be ignored. So she wrote a letter to the Chief Badu, asking him to contact the police in another kingdom so they could investigate the case and arrest the killer. However, when Chief Badu received the letter, he did not support Farina's idea. He told her that why are they doing that? And what he said, and I quote, "Let sleeping dog lies." He's literally telling her that, well, he's dead. Let him go. There's no need to investigate the case. You don't need to know who the killer is. So, and she was disturbed about the matter. She was not like, what do you mean we don't need to know who the killer is? Someone literally murdered someone, a prince in my father's house, and you are telling me we don't need to know who the killer is? But anyways, the little girl became more determined to find out who the killer is. I mean, she was disappointed by his comment. I'm not going to lie. She was very disappointed and discouraged by his response. She walked home and she was thinking deeply about the leadership, the justice in their kingdom, and she questioned why the gods were always silent about many wrong things happening in their town. She also wondered whether the leaders themselves were pretending to act like gods or avoiding responsibility. I mean, the palace is already haunted by history, especially through Nancy, the late king's wife. Now, see, when I tell you that, there are lots of history, there are lots of drama and lots of plot twists in this novel, lot of secrets. Now, let me recap everything again. There's a kingdom. In the kingdom, there's a king. That king, unfortunately, his life is cut short and he dies. Rama is the name of the kingdom, by the way. His life is cut short and he dies. Now, he had 2 wives. He has 2 wives, and each of these wives gave birth for him. One has 2 sons, the other one has a daughter, and has 2 daughters and a son for him. So literally, now there's this fight for power. In the fight for power, one of the wife's son is killed. One of the wife's son is killed. And then there's this thing like, okay, who killed him? They want to know. Is it the second wife? Or who killed him? And meanwhile, the prince that died has a fiance. Now, this fiance is a tenant at Pa Anigo's house, who is Farina's father. Farina is the main character, the little girl, the school girl, who is wise, who is intelligent, the top of her class, and it's actually centered around her. The whole drama is centered around her because she's the hero of the story. So Farina's father is Pa Anigo, and this prince died in Pa Anigo's house. So there's that drama, like, okay, what is happening? And then there's another character, Chief Badu. Chief Badu is, like the name says, Chief Badu. He is a chief. Now, when Farina saw this drama, she was wondering like, okay, this case needs to be investigated. So she wrote a letter to Chief Badu and told him that, okay, let's invite external police force because this case is already getting out of mind. Who killed the prince? They just want to know who killed him. But the chief, he said that they should leave the matter alone, that there's no need to investigate it. So it literally makes the matter die down. And then Farina, she took it upon herself that she is going to investigate this case, which she did, and then enters the police detective, detective judge, who comes into the city because he's wondering like what is happening in this kingdom. He wants to know who killed the prince. All right, so when we come back, we are going to be finding out who actually killed the king and many more plot twists in the story. So please stay with us.
Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM. Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM. Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM.
Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Okay, here we go.
Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Spin around the block everywhere you go. See now the air, we not just a radio. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, Oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, Oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, Oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh.
Oxygen FM 96.9. Inform, inspire, ignite.
When the day goes down, the stress fades. We turn the sound up, the music takes over. Hot gist that has the internet buzzing. Laughs that melt the day away.
This is the Drive Time Show. Music? Check. Entertainment news? Check. Gist? Double check. On Oxygen FM 96.9.
The Mailman, a message from you waiting in your future.
You can send your stories via our WhatsApp number 0704 1007 969 or simply walk in and drop your message at the Knowledge Hub, Okeado, Ibadan.
The Mailman,
Oxygen FM 96.9, Okeado, Ibadan.
Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. Oh, 9 FM.
All right, you're still on to Chatters and Chats on Oxygen FM 96.9. So I just want to say this, that at the end of this narration, I'm going to open the phone line for anyone who can guess the killers, who can guess who actually killed the prince. I'm going to open the call, and the winner, whoever guesses right actually gets to win something. You get to win a copy of the novel. So yes, please follow along. Understand this character. So I'm going to be breaking the characters down. So I'm going to be doing like a character analysis right now. So now the first character is Farina. Now Farina is the main character. She represents intelligence, truth, and moral courage. She is the emotional and intellectual center of the story. Her journey shows how brilliance can be both a gift and a burden. Although she helps bring justice, she also suffers personal loss. That personal loss, you're going to know it later on in the story. She shows that being an hero often comes with a price. And yes, she had to pay a price for sticking her nose in what doesn't, I won't say it doesn't concern her though, but as a schoolgirl, she was meant to be minding her studies, facing her books, and being the top of her class. But anyways, I'm happy that she actually did that. Yeah, she's an hero. And then the next character I'm going to talk about is George. George is a detective. He represents experience and moral duty. He begins as a detective, but by chaos evolves into someone willing to trust unconventional intelligence, because he trusts Farina's intelligence, idea, everything. It symbolizes the failure of system that need young voices like Farina to succeed. Because at the end of the day, it was because of Farina's help he was able to get the killer. And then there's another important character. This character is Rolisa. Rolisa, remember, is one of the late king's wife. Rolisa represents grief, maternal love, and royalty. Her son, Madia's death. It was Rolisa's son that got killed. He is the son that died. Her son, Madia's death places her in emotional and political trauma. She also symbolizes how royal families are often trapped between power and personal loss. Yes, she lost her son, but then she's grieving at the same time, fighting for power, fighting for the throne. And then there's another character, Madia. Rest his soul, because he's the prince that actually died. Madia represents lost potential and political threat. As the likely heir to the throne, his existence alone creates danger. See, his death is the cause of this entire plot twist and the cause of this thing happening in this drama. Because if he did not die, the story is just going to be about fight for the throne. And I think that's why I love the book, because now there's a mystery that needs to be uncovered. At the same time, there's also that fight for the throne. His death reflects how power struggles often exterminate future leader before they rise. He had potentials. I'm never going to lie, guys. This Madia, the late prince, he had potentials, but unfortunately, someone had the nerves to kill a prince. They had to hand him. Anyways, let's go on. Now, there's another character we need to look out for. This character is Satya. Satya was the prince fiance, Madhya's fiance. Yes, he was supposed to get married to Satya. They were already planning the arrangement. They were already planning the wedding. But fortunately for them, Madhya's life was cut short. I mean, as Madhya's fiance and Pa Anigo's tenant. Remember, she is Pa Anigo's tenant. Farina's father. She's Farina's tenant as well. She stands at the intersection of love, suspicion, and circumstances. Her role shows how innocent connections can become investigative evidence. You know, now she's grieving. She just lost a soon-to-be husband. And then, yeah, she's already the center of the whole incident. She's the center of everything. And there's another character, there's Katya. Now, Katya was Satya's boyfriend. So he is our ex-boyfriend. Satya's ex-boyfriend, ex. As Satya ex, he becomes the prime suspect, showing how past relationship can resurface in dangerous way during investigation. So of course he is the prime suspect, because to the detective judge, he was thinking that, okay, Obraya, he did it out of spite because he doesn't want Satya to get married to Madhya, so probably that's why he killed him. All this I'm saying is just speculation. That, at least that's what our detective judge thought. He thought that well, it can be Katya. That's what he thought. It was just the man was just suspecting everybody. And me, I'm not going to lie, I also suspected everybody. Anyways, there's another character to look out for. There is Nancy. Nancy is actually the king's second wife. And now, one thing about Nancy is she had a extramarital affair with someone else when the king was alive, but the king doesn't know about it. It was her 2 children that found out when she was pregnant, and she confessed. She said it that she did not have anything intimate to do with the king before he died, and she knows who the father of the child is. The father of the child is actually one of the chief. I just had to say that out there. The father of the child is actually one of the chiefs. So Nancy too is another character we need to look out for, because yes, what do you mean? The king was alive. This man gave you everything. The king was alive, and you had an extramarital affair with someone else. Oh Lord. So the children were so disappointed in Nancy. Nancy is the king, or was the king's second wife. And now there is another important character. He is Pa Anigo. Pa Anigo represents truth, seeking, and moral resilience. He just wants to know that. That's what he just wants to know. He just wants to know who killed a prince in his house. That's what he is after. In his mind, he's like, who killed a prince in my house? That's what I want to know. And again, he is the hero's father. He is Farina's father and George's earlier. Like, George and Farina literally start working together later on. But yes, well, we're going to talk about that. Something happened to this Pa Anigo, but I'm not going to say that now. His home becomes a central symbolic location where personal and political worlds collide, because yes, now his house is the main location. That is where the crime took place. So who killed him? And as a matter of fact, when the prince died, when the prince was killed, he was around. He was actually at home, but he doesn't know who killed him. And now there's another character. This character too is a character we should all look out for, because he has potentials. Is Chief Badu. Chief Badu represents absolute corruption and abuse of power, because when Farina went to meet him and told him, she said, let us call external police force to come and help us solve this case. Who killed the prince? He declined though. He said no, that he cannot call external police force. That let someone that has died, let them rest. That there's no need for that. That was the need to uncover the mystery. He doesn't want that. He's not in support of that. And he's also like the acting king before they actually crown the new king. He's the acting king. So yes, and now the story is basically saying power is messy. The story is giving political corruption, emotional damage, intelligence versus power, family getting dragged into the case, justice with sacrifice. I mean, honest question. If you were Farina and yes, someone got killed in your father's house, your father is a landlord and like someone got killed, a prince, see this character we're talking about here is a high profile. A prince was killed in her father's house. Now, will you let it go and just be the brilliant student that you are and just let the detective do his job? Or you would actually make an attempt to uncover the truth and know who actually murdered someone in your father's house? I'm actually eager to know. I want to know what you think about that. And will you want to discover that, okay, who killed someone here? Would you want to know? Because yes, I want to know. But yes, I just analyzed the characters, like the main character. So if you actually know, or if you want to guess, remember there's an award for you if you guess right. If you want to guess who the killer is, please call the studio line 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969, and you would get a free copy of the book. I'll take a quick break, and when we return, please start calling in. Let us know who the killer is. I'm going to put you out of your... Okay. Seems like we have a call. Hello?
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. How are you? What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Madu Wisdom and I'm calling from Aguru.
Okay. Hi, Madu. How are you?
Fine, ma.
Okay. So have you been following up on the story?
Yes, ma.
Do you get it? Would you like to guess who the killer is?
Yes, ma.
All right. Try. If you get it, I'm going to give you a copy of the book, of the novel.
Okay, ma. It is Chief Badu.
Chief Badu. All right. When I finish the story, have you read this book before?
No, ma.
All right. When I finish the story and I reveal the big answer, if you get it right, yes, you are going to be getting a copy of this book. All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, ma.
Thank you. All right. We'll go on a quick break. And of course, you can still call in. The number to call is 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. Since we have another call. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Good morning.
I'm fine, ma.
How are you? What's your name?
Fine, ma.
What's your name?
My name is Adenike Muturayo.
Muturayo, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Akpete.
From Akpete. Muturayo, would you like to guess who the killer is?
Yes, ma.
All right. Guess away.
Nelson.
Nelson. Is it Nelson you want to say or Nancy? Nancy. Okay, because I don't remember mentioning it. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see at the end of this program if you actually got it right. Thank you for calling.
Okay, ma.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll start to get deep into the story. All right, thank you.
Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM. Oh, Vibrations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.
Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Breathe in the beat, breathe out the vibe. Oxygen FM keeps the city alive. Turn it up now, let the rhythm ignite. We beat together.
Okay, here we go.
Crank this up loud.
All the biggest hits.
Right here. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
When the day goes down, the stress fades. We turn the sound up, the music takes over. Hot gist that has the internet buzzing. Laughs that melt the day away.
This is the Drive Time Show. Music? Check. Entertainment news? Check. Gist? Double check. On Oxygen FM 96.9.
Hey people, who gets the mic? We do. Where's the vibe?
Youth Arena, shout it out loud, let 'em hear you. Youth Arena, moving on. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, 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 oh.
Moving on.
Moving on. Youth Arena.
Shout it out loud, let 'em hear.
Youth Arena.
Moving on.
Moving on. Moving on.
The Spot On Oxygen FM 96.9.
FM. Oh, 9 FM.
Welcome back to Oxygen FM 96.9. Of course, you're still on to Chapters and Chats. And yes, the book we're treating today is Silent Night by Stephen Adedoyin. I mean, I've literally said everything about the book. It's literally about a kingdom, the Rama kingdom. There's a series of murder case happening in the kingdom. And yes, we want to know who the killer is, because at the end of the day, everybody is fighting for power. And of course, I'm going to actually reveal the killer very soon, very soon. So get prepared. So the people that called, thank you very much. And yes, we are taking your guesses to heart. So of course, if you guessed right, you'll be getting a copy of Silent Night by Stephen Adedoye. All right, let's go more. Let me just continue the plot twist. Now, there's another plot twist that happens in this drama. There is a time when Farina follows her father during the course of the investigation of finding out who murdered the prince. She followed her father to the farm. And unfortunately, her father was assassinated. Meanwhile, the assassination was supposed to be for both of them, but she escaped. She escaped the assassination, and yes, it made her world crashing down, because at the end of the day, it's only her father that she has, and she starts to blame herself. If I have not gotten involved in this case, my father will still be alive. So yes, her father had to reap what he did not sow, basically. So now let's get more into the author's word. I really want to know what was in the author's head when he was writing the story. I mean, the author builds a world where mystery and politics collide, because of this story, it has politics in it, it has mystery in it, and it's creating tension from beginning to the end. The writing style is suspense driven, is layered with emotions. Every chapters add pressure, because at the end of the day, we want to know what happened. Who killed who now? Who killed the prince? And now there's another plot twist to the story. Pa Anigo's death. Who killed Pa Anigo? Who killed the prince? Is it the same person? Is it different person? We just want to know. Anyways, now Farina is just a student who just got involved in the investigation of the prince, and now she has to pay the price for it by the death of her father. And at one point, I was thinking, I thought, who is the killer? Is Kacha truly the main suspect? Or is it a distraction in the big system? Is the story just about murder? Or is it about power structures hiding behind silence? Actually, I'm going to open the call line again to hear what you think about the story. What's your take on the story? You just let me know. 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. These are the numbers to call just for you to drop your opinion on the story. Just call now so I can actually reveal the killer and tell you. And please, the person that gets it, remember, you get a copy of the book. All right, I think it's time for me to actually rate the book. I'm not gonna lie, Silent Night. Let's take a moment to properly rate the book and break it down in simple terms. I'm going to be telling you why I'm rating this book, what I'm rating it. On a scale of 1 to 10, the book, to me, it stands strong at 8.5 out of 10. And here is why. First, the mystery is the story. The mystery in the story is very strong. From beginning to end, Silent Night keeps you guessing, questioning, and trying to connect the dots. You just want to know, okay, what is happening? You just want the answer too quickly. Instead, it builds tension step by step. It makes the reader or the listener stay alert throughout. Second, the characters are deep and well developed. Every character plays a clear role in this story. I feel every character is the main character. Because when I read through the story, in my mind, I'm like, are you sure Farina is actually the main character? Because every character is giving main character energy. Although Farina stands out strongly as the heart of the story. White George, Rolisa, Mandia, Satya, Katya, Chibadu, they all add different layers to the plot. Together, they create an emotional and political web that drives the story forward. However, one challenge in the story that is making me give the story an 8.5 is that the web of characters can feel a little bit overwhelming at time. Like there are just too many connections, too many relationships, everybody knows everybody, and there's like hidden links that requires careful attention. Like you have to pay proper attention when you're reading the book, because you don't want to miss anything, you don't want to miss any character, and the complexity can make the story a little bit difficult, like to follow at certain points. You know, there are some stories that you have to go back to a particular character to actually read that, what is happening. But despite that, the storytelling is very suspense driven. The author does a good job in maintaining tension, always giving the audience something to think about. I'm not gonna lie, the Stephen Adedoyin actually did a very good job with the story, and every scene feels like it is building towards something bigger, and that keeps the interest alive from start to finish. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the story for me is a strong 8.5 over 10. All right, people, I think it's about time I actually review. Oh, should I wait a little bit? Let's play a quick game, and then I will tell you who the killer is and who the winner for the book is. All right, we're going to play a quick game. So now if you're listening, the number to call is 0. All right, it seems like we have another call. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Sulaiman Azima.
Sulaiman Lima. Do you want to guess who the killer is, and do you want to say something about the book?
I just want to guess.
Oh, you want to guess? All right.
Yes, but I didn't read the book from the beginning, but maybe...
Were you following?
From the beginning?
Yes.
No.
Okay, all right. Guess who the killer is.
Maybe the people that are jealous of the prince or the king.
Who are the people that are jealous of the prince?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
I would actually. Would you let me tell you the story again? I'll give you a brief summary of the story again, and then you will call back.
Yes.
All right. Let me do that real quick. All right, Alima. Yeah, I'm going to do that for you because I want you to actually try to guess the story, because at least you made an attempt. You called. So yes, I'll do that for you. All right, Alima, listen, and everybody else, just listen. This story follows a kingdom. Now, in that kingdom, Rama kingdom, there's a king. Now, the king passes on, and there's a struggle for succession, like who wants to be king. Meanwhile, this king has two wives. He has Rosaline and he has Nancy. Now, each of these wives, they have children for him. And now, at the center of this entire drama, we have a prince, Madhya. Madhya dies, and now we are wondering who killed him. Let me analyze these characters for you again. Now, the first person is Farina. Farina represents intelligence. She's literally like the main character. She's the girl a detective wants to use to find out who the killer is. She's emotional and intellectual, and she's very intelligent. Her journey shows how brilliant she is. And then there's another important character, Judge. Now, Judge is a detective. Judge wants to find out who is the person doing all these things. That's what he just wants to find out. He's a detective. He wants to find out who is doing all these things. And there's another important character who is Rolisa. Rolisa is the king's wife, and she's also Madhya's mother. Madhya is her son, and Madhya in this story is the one who is killed, who is assassinated. He is the prince of the kingdom. He's a prince, and he had the potential of becoming the king, but his life was cut short because of that. And there's another important character who is Satya. Satya is Madhya's fiance. She and the prince who was killed were actually supposed to get married, so she is his fiance. And there is Kata. Now that one is the prince fiance's ex boyfriend. I don't know if you get that, but he is Satya's ex-boyfriend. And there is Nancy. Nancy is the king's second wife who also has children for the king. But Nancy had like an extramarital affair when the king was alive. She had an extramarital affair with one of the chiefs when the king was alive. And now there is Pa Anigo. Now Pa Anigo is Farina's father, and he is the landlord of the prince's fiance, because the prince died at Pa Anigo's house. He died at his house, and then the last but not the least is Chief Badu. Now Chief Badu is just there. Chief Badu is just a leader. He's the acting king. He's the acting king, and then that's just Chief Badu. He's just the acting king, and he's the person that Farida went to meet when she wanted them to take the case to like an higher authority. She went to meet Chief Badu, but Chief Badu dismissed the case and told her that, no, let us die the case down. Let us take it down. So those are the characters. So, Alima, if you want to try again, please call. I just mentioned those characters to you. The number to call is 070-4700-3969. Oh, all right. Hello. Hello, what's...
Alima.
Okay, Alima. All right. Alima, do you want to guess again?
Yes.
All right.
It's Chief Badu and Nancy.
Chief Badu and Nancy. All right, Alima. Yes. At the end of this... Because, all right.
Because, Chief Badu and third, I forgot the name.
Who? Is it Pa Anigo?
No, Pa Anigo daughter.
Oh, Pa Farina.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's the one that tells Anima that he should not raise the case.
Okay. So why do you think Nancy is also involved?
Chief Badu and Nancy.
So why do you think Nancy is involved?
He can be jealous of the prince.
Oh, Nancy is jealous. Okay, Nancy is jealous of the prince. All right. Thank you so much, Alima. If at the end of this program you get it right, you get a copy of the book. So don't forget, we also have other people who have also guessed the book. So whoever actually gets it right gets a copy of the book. Thank you so much, Alima. Thank you so much for calling. All right, we are going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to play a game. So please get your Tinky cap ready.
Stations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM.
Okay, here we go.
Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Breathe in the beat, breathe out the vibe. Oxygen FM keeps the city alive. Turn it up now, let the rhythm ignite. We beat together.
The Mailman, a message from you waiting in your future.
You can send your stories via our WhatsApp number 0704-1007-969 or simply walk in and drop your message at the Knowledge Hub, Okeado, Ibadan.
The Mailman,
Oxygen FM 96.9, Okeado, Ibadan.
Spin around the block everywhere you go. See 98, we not just a radio. 96.9 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oxygen. 96.9, 96.9. Oh, oh, oh.
Breathing Oxygen FM 96.9. Inform, inspire, ignite.
Breathe in the beat, breathe out the vibe. Oh, Oxygen FM keeps the city alive. Oh, turn it up now, let the rhythm ignite. We beat together.
Feel the pulse, the energy flows as the beat drops, the excitement grows. Deep inhale, let the rhythm take flight. Oxygen FM shining so bright. Echoes of knowledge fill the air. Tune in now, let go of your care. From the knowledge hub, we bring the sound, inspiring minds where passion is found.
All right, welcome back to Oxygen FM 96.9. And yes, this is still Chapters and Chat. And we've been talking about The Silent Night by Stephen Adedoyin. I am so happy, like a lot of people have called to guess who the killer is. And yeah, we are still going to play a game. But after the game, we are going to reveal who the killer is. And the person who actually guessed right is going to get a copy of Silent Night. All right. So I'm going to ask a question. And if you know the answer, just call these numbers 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. Remember, all thoughts are welcome. Now, the first question is, I'm going to ask you guys a very simple question. I'm going to ask you questions that you would know. All right, I'm going to be asking in a riddle format. I am a prince who never ruled. My future was stolen before it began. I died in a room, but now I am part of a kingdom's pain. Who am I? So if you know that answer, call. The first person to call. All right, if you know the answer, do call. The question one more time is, I am a prince who never ruled. My future was stolen before it began. I died in a room, but now I am part of a kingdom's pain. Who am I? The number to call is 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. So if you know the answer, do well to call these numbers. And yes, who knows? You might just get something at the end of it. All right.
Stations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM.
don't forget, this is Redo Time, and of course, you're still on to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen FM 96.9. So I asked a question. The question I asked is, I am a prince who never ruled. My future was stolen before it began. I died in a room, but now I am part of the kingdom's pain. Who am I? So if you know the answer to that question, just call us 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. But before we start getting these calls now, I think it's about time. It's about time we actually reveal the killer. So yes, if you've called, you've guessed, it's about time to tell you who the killer is. So the person who had the effortry, the nerves to kill the prince and Pa Amigo, who is Farida's father, is let me take a break. But anyways, the person who has the nerves to kill the, can I get that winner? Pum pum pum. Oh, let me know if I can get it. So we just play it once we announce the winner. All right, the person who actually killed the prince and Pa Amigo, the evil doer, the person, the genesis of this problem is actually Chief Badu. The person who actually got that right is Madu Wisdom. Madu Wisdom. So please do call us back. We're going to contact you on how you can get your storybook. Please let me get that this thing for Madu. Madu Wisdom actually got it right. Alima, you got one right, but because you mentioned two, I'm not going to qualify you as the winner. And again, Wisdom guessed first. So yes, he's the winner, Madu Wisdom. Yay! Yay! That's what Madu Wisdom for actually guessing right. Yes. Alima to that. I'm actually going to give that to Alima because yes, Alima also tried. At least she guessed one name right. And yeah. Alright, we're going to go on a quick break, and when we return, we're going to be back with more videos. So please stay tuned.
Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM. Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM. Stations grow only on Oxygen 96.9 FM.
Can you handle this?
1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it up, cause it's getting heavy. And this how we gonna do it. So crazy right now. Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Breathe in the beat, breathe out the vibe. Oxygen FM keeps the city alive. FM, every brain. Take a breath, let the music fly. Oxygen FM, we touch the sky.
The Sports All on Oxygen FM 96.9.
When the day goes down, the stress fades. We turn the sound up, the music takes over. Hot gist that has the internet buzzing. Laughs that melt the day away.
This is the Drive Time Show. Music? Check. Entertainment news? Check. Gist? Double check. On Oxygen FM 96.9.
What's up, Ibadan? It's time to kickstart your hustle. Tune into Oxygen FM 96.9, Monday through Saturday, between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Ignition Lab, where we give you updates on how to live soft life with smart hustle. Ignition Lab, where young people's thoughts are welcome. Don't sleep on it.
Campus life.
The gist is sweet, but the reality, it's different.
The pressure,
The choices,
the big dreams, and sometimes no clear directions.
but you don't have to figure it out alone. This is Oxygen FM 96.9 Youth Arena.
Where real conversations meet real solutions every Monday at 3 to 4 p.m.
From campus gist to real life wins, we've got you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where you calling us from?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. What's your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Praise. I'm calling you from Akingule.
Your name is what?
My name is Praise.
Oh, Praise. All right. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
Fine, I'm good. Would you like to contribute something into today's program, into the book for today? Would you like to say something about today's book?
I can't hear you.
Would you like
Would
to
I like to do what?
Would you like to say something about today's book or give an answer to our redo? Oh, we lost that. But please call us back again. The number to call is 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. All right, today we talked about a very interesting mystery, a thriller, Silent Night by Stephen Adedoye, which was published by Rashmed Publisher, now known as the Accessible Publishing. And yes, that book is actually very nice. It's so engaging. It's just the kind of book you would read and you want to know who killed who now. And during the course of the program, we asked the listeners to guess the killer. And yes, we had quite guesses, and yes, the winner for the guess is Madu Wisdom, and I promised that I was going to give him a copy of a book. So of course I'm going to do that. I'm going to fulfill my promise and give Madu Wisdom a copy of the book. All right, since we have another call. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good afternoon. Good morning, ma.
How are you?
Fine, ma.
Yeah. What's your name and where you calling us from?
Testimony from Apete.
Oh, hello, Testimony. How are you?
Fine, ma.
All right. So I asked the redo before. Have you been following up on the program? On the story?
No.
Ooh, so you missed it. The title of the story is actually Silent Night by Stephen Adedoye. How would I ask you my redo if you've not been following up? Yeah. All right, so of course you can still call us. The number to call is 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. Always remember that the difference between these two numbers are 3969 and 2969. All right, let me give everybody an overview. Okay, we have another call. Hello.
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 I can hear you. Oof. Whoever that is, call us back. The network seems to suck. I don't know. The network does not want you to talk to me. Network, be very careful. Very, very careful. 07047003969 or 07047002969. The difference is 3969 and 2969. So let me quickly just give like an overview of the entire book, so people who are just tuning in can actually understand the book just for future purpose. The title of the book is Silent Night by Stephen Adedoyin. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Oh, tata. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Testimony.
Oh, hello, Testimony. Oh, Testimony again. So, hi. So, I asked you before that, were you following up on the book?
Ma?
Did you follow up on the story?
No.
Oh,
No, ma.
so you don't know the title of the story even?
Yes, ma.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to summarize the story again, just real quick, just so you can just have like an idea of what we'll be talking about. All right. The story is Silent Night. Is about a kingdom. The king passes on, and then there's a fight for succession. The king had two wives, Nancy and Rosalina, and now these two wives, they want their children or their sons to be the next king of the kingdom, and in the process one of the prince is murdered. Now everyone wants to find out who killed this prince. So that is entirely what the story is about. It's just like finding out who killed the prince. And yes, we also asked people to guess who they think the killer is. People who were actually paying attention and they guessed, and it was Madu, it was Chief Badu who killed the prince. And yes, Madu Wisdom actually won that. So yes, we have something for him. He's gonna get a copy of the book. But I mean, something good must have an end. With that, I think it's about time I start rounding up the program, and I've had an amazing time with the story. The story is quite captivating and I love it. It teaches us a lot of things, and one thing to take home from this story is the truth may be costly, because Farina had to pay a price for wanting to discover the truth. Hello,
ma.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Madu Wisdom.
Oh, Wisdom, Alvina. Can I get that clap again? You actually guessed right. The killer was Chief Badu. This one is for you, Wisdom. Yeah, I'm clapping for you if you can hear that. All right, that's okay. That's okay. All right, thank you so much, Wisdom. We're going to contact you on how you're going to get a copy of the book. Thank you. You guessed right. Clap for yourself, Wisdom. That's quite nice.
Okay, ma.
All right. Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you. So Wisdom there is the winner. He guessed the killer, right? And yeah, I'm so happy. When you just called, he just said, the person who killed is Chief Badu. I was like, yeah, okay. All right. So one thing to take home from this story is that the truth may be costly, justice may be slow, and silence may look safe, but none of them can stop what is meant to be revealed. At the end of the day, it was bound to happen. See, whether Chief Badu liked it or not, he was going to get caught. Whether he assassinated Pa Amigo or fortunately for him, he couldn't get Farina. Yes, I think that was one of that's what cost him. The fact that he couldn't actually kill her, murder her, assassinate her, is part of the things that actually cost him. Anyways, this is me, Florida, saying big thank you to everyone who called in and everyone who participated in this story and everyone who listened. You made the show what it is today. Do not forget, you can continue this conversation on our social media platform. Our Facebook is Oxygen 96.9 FM. On Instagram is Oxygen 969 FM. On TikTok is Oxygen 96.9 FM Ibadan. And on YouTube, it is Oxygen 96.9 FM Ibadan. And yes, to those who also sent us the message on Facebook, shout out to you. I'm going to take this last call. All right, I think that just the call went. I wanted to take a last call before I just say bye to you all. But yes, to everyone who actually sent us a message on our Facebook page, we see you. Thank you so much. I'm going to take this last call. Hello.
Ma.
Hello, I can hear you. Good morning.
My name is Alima.
Oh, Alima. Yeah, Alima, you said Chief Badu and Nancy. So you do not exactly get it right. But still, Alima, we are going to give you a round of applause for getting Chief Badu right. So Alima, I know you want to win. You want to win like a story, right? You want to win a novel. Join us next week. Next week, make sure you just pay proper attention. Next week might be your lucky time. It might be your lucky day. Yes, so just pay proper attention to Chapters and Chats. It starts from 10 to 12. All right, thank you so much, Alima. I'm so Alima actually tried though. She tried. She gets Chief Badu and Nancy. By the end of the day, we need to have one winner. All right, to people who commented on our Facebook page, I'm saying a very big thank you for joining us on this journey. Of course, we are going to be back again next week Saturday from 10 to 12. And this is Floriana, and this is Oxygen FM 96.9. Stay safe, stay inspired. See you next time on Chapters and Chat. And make sure to read a book, read a story, because you don't know what you can pick from it. You don't know what you can learn from it. Read is good. Read today. Floriana signing out. Bye.
Broadcasting live and loud. Be informed, inspired, be ignited. The Knowledge Hub. Oxygen FM 96.9. Okeado, Ibadan.